That just amazes me that a 3-year-old wants to come and see and wants to get involved. And her name is Lily Franklin, so I'm gonna bring her one meeting, but she's gonna have to come with my mama so she can see what I'm doing because she want to know what I'm doing, and that just touched my heart so dear. But in order to be active, you got to get motivated and you got to do something. So we're asking all the citizens of Coffee County, get busy. Get busy in your community. Get busy in your neighborhoods. If it's just telling your neighbors to help clean up their yards or whatever, mow the yards, do something that'll help them. Because we have a lot of elderly people in my ward, and some of them can't mow yards and stuff like that. Instead of talking, let's help them and everything. So that's all I got, Mayor. I'm short tonight.
Mayor Pro Tem? Coach Vice Surprise, I'm sorry.
That's you, right?
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. That's okay. First, I'd just like to congratulate our city clerk, Ms. Boulder, for a job well done. We do know that it was a little struggle, a challenge, but you have risen above the challenge, and I just commend you. I'm just very appreciative to all of our employees when they excel and do well. So I just thank God that we have the great city employees that we do have. So thanks to all of you. Secondly, I'd just like to announce that Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church will be celebrating their 109th church anniversary beginning August the 15th through the 17th nightly. On Monday night, Mount Olive Baptist Church with Reverend Virgil Scott will be preaching. On Tuesday night, Pastor Randy Jones of St. Louis Baptist Church of Lakeland will be preaching. And on Wednesday night, Pastor Frank Bussey with the Empowerment Center International will be preaching. And then it will climax on Sunday, August the 21st, with Reverend Dr. Booker T. Rose of Young's Chapel Baptist Church at 3 o'clock. So we just like to invite everybody to come out and celebrate this great time with us. We just thank God that we're being able to stand in this time. It's been a challenge, but we're still here. And I just give God all the glory. Lastly, I'd just like to ask that we just continue to keep all of our citizens, all of our everyone, neighboring places in prayer. We're living in some dangerous times, and we just need so much prayer, and ask God to intervene. And again, to God be the glory. It's a blessing to be here. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Moore.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank everybody for what they do, and ask that people put those trash cans back where they're supposed to be. A lot of people may not be aware of it, but there's an ordinance about moving them back off the streets, and we've got a lot of abandoned cars, and those that maybe not be abandoned, but they don't run, so I reckon you can call that abandoned. Right, from to get rid of those things, because the eyesores, they make your property look bad, it makes your yards look bad, and we just hope you do that and help the city look a lot better, and let this be a better place to live and work. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Moore. Mr. Roper.
I'm telling you, I'm proud to be here tonight. As we overcome, see my good friend, graduate with the highest honor that any commission, any clerk has ever held to this city. That they said she wouldn't make it. God knows she made it. And I'm here to say hello. They said it about me too, so don't worry. And I'm just glad to be here. And my thing is that we want to get the people in the line. I have been chosen for Georgia the president of the National Black Caucus of the Democratic Party, Coffee County. I'm president of Coffee County. And I'll be serving there for the next year or more, if the Lord give me udder. And we're going to have our first meeting on Saturday at Gaines Chapel ME Church in Social Hall. Come down and be with us, those that can and will. Also, we have a new pastor in town. His wife is a doctor. She is going to teach reading for early childhood and elementary children, small children. So if you have some, you're gonna do this twice a month on Saturdays at our church. So you can send them over too. We have a slot open now for 18 slots in the West Side Elementary School that's already given us 9 slots. So we're looking for 9 more slots for this term, 9 volunteers to work with on this program. We're going to try to educate our people in the best we know how, but we won't have for Ferguson and Crawford County. We're teaching them also. We had a little incident that happened the other day on our streets in Douglas, and it could have been more super than what it was. The person that they caught was guilty because they caught him guilty. But chasing up and down the street with as many cars as running up and down the streets, we don't need that. If you're guilty and you got caught, pull over. Come out with your hands up. Go to jail. Somebody can help you. But if you run, it's hard to get somebody to borrow you out of jail because they know you is a flight risk. But please, sir, please, ma'am, if you've been caught in your wrongdoings, come out with your hands up and say, here I am, get me, and go to jail. Somebody will come down and see about you. But I'm tired of this kind of stuff that we're taking the police for granted, and we are taking our lives for granted, because once you run, anything can happen. And not only you, but people on the street can get killed. If it's my family, I tell my boy, don't run nowhere. You just walk on out there, give up. Maybe daddy can see about you. If you can't, then we'll bring you some extra money because we're going to take it up there. But these are the things that I choose for our people and our community to do, because it's crime time now. It's dangerous time out there now. Not only for the citizens, it's dangerous for the policemen. And we hire them to serve and protect. And yet when they protect us from the other criminals, then we get upset. Let's get in line and do what's fair and what's right. And then God will reward us too. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, Mr. Roper. I have a couple comments here. First thing, to Ms. Boulder, once again, thank you. Sometimes we sit here, and for the commissioners that were not here, myself, Commissioner Pearson, and Commissioner Roper, those were some very trying times. And the thing is, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You have no idea how much I appreciate you taking that opportunity and ascending to where you have ascended. I appreciate that. God knows. Walked the floor many a nights about that one. Walked the floor about that one. But I appreciate it. God knows I do. As we have embarked on the month of August, if someone would have told me in January what would be the number one issue that I was getting smacked around about, this would have not been on my radar. Yards. I'm getting more calls from citizens about other citizens that will not clean their yard. I could not believe that. Got a couple calls the other day. So-and-so won't clean up his yard. People be coming to my house and they say, well, won't they clean up that abandoned house? And say, no, somebody lived there. So, citizens, we're not asking you to have your yards dressed right, dressed in the military, but we do want you to go out and keep your yards clean. That's a neighborhood. Your yard is a part of the neighborhood, and when citizens from other communities come to visit their relatives, loved ones, or churches or something like that, they see that. And I tell the citizens this, hey, look, that's private property. You know what I mean? We could go over there and we could talk to them and go from there. But that is a very daunting task, and that task could be simplified if the citizens get out there, cut your grass. Car's no good, call somebody to remove the car, and sort of keep your yard looking good, because I know I'm going to get a couple more calls. I know I'm going to get a couple more, but I never thought that would have been the number one reason why people called me. Never would have thought that. Next, as always, I'd like to thank the city employees, our city manager, assistant city manager, and Lamar always say, when the lights go off, we go on. A lot of times the citizens don't realize is that the effort that goes into the operations of a city, our staff and city managers and department heads make it look easy. But there's a lot of things that go on to get us to this point. So I'm always appreciative and humble at your service. I know the citizens don't always say, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I will, as the mayor of Douglas, I say thank you. Y'all do a great job. Y'all do a great job. Next, my friend down there, Commissioner Gowan, always doing a lot of things with the Boy Scouts and trying to make sure that we keep the youth all active and stuff. And you know,
I would be active.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
active doing the good stuff.
Doing the good stuff. So, but one of the things is, as he said about school being in, please set your clock a little earlier. Those yellow buses are rolling. We have a lot of little children that dart in and out between cars and you can't see them. So please get up with ample enough time to make it to your destination. Please be mindful that you may get caught by a school bus. I get on the road at 5:08 in the morning, because if I get out there at 5:15, I'm gonna get trapped behind a school bus. You know what I mean? So please be mindful of our students, and remember, it's about time for football season. About time for them Trojans now. About time for them Trojans. Let's keep in mind that a member of the council works in Waycross. It has not been favorable for me for the last couple years. So I would encourage everybody to get out there and support our Trojans, own the victory, state champions, all that good stuff. My last comment is this. I too was encouraged by Miss Georgia Henderson to go over to the Martin Theater, and William, is William over there? William, who I cannot pronounce his last name, so I'm gonna call him William. You know something? I believe everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. And to the citizens of Douglas, I'm gonna ask you to give the city of Douglas a second chance for quality of life. The citizens, y'all have no idea the amount of time and energy that goes into throwing these festivals. The beach bass, who our commissioner over here had a great time. Our neighbor ROTC had a great time. There's a lot of things going on in the city of Douglas, and yet our citizens don't necessarily come out and participate. Now, and the reason why I say that is that I had told Miss Henderson, I don't want to go over there to the theater. I don't want to go over there. It's just a theater. No, it is not. No, it is not. I want you to understand. My wife and I, we travel a lot. We go to a lot of different shows. That place over there is magnificent. It is magnificent. I mean, that is going to be, if not already, a jewel of the community. And with the city of Douglas and William being in a partnership to bring different types of acts here, you don't have to get in your car and travel to Jacksonville. There's going to be a comedy show down there this Saturday. There are other types of activities that are going to be going on down there. I promise you, I'm a man of high standards. And when I walked in there, I was totally taken by surprise. I did not expect that type of venue to be in the city of Douglas. I mean, it looks superb. On a scale of 0 to 10, what did I give you, William? of 50. Listen to me. I mean, the sound, the acoustics was nice. It was nice, very nice. It was